This is a Kirkendall Barrett presentation, darling.
Feed me, meow, meow, meow.
Because of this podcast, I'm a gay icon.
I'm so hot. I'm so good looking. My salad dressing is amazing.
Like the internet at large, there are things you can do on the internet besides porn, but most of it's porn.
A lifetime of Hallmark.
Well, hello, everybody. It is your favorite day of the week. It is time for another episode of A Lifetime of Hallmark, where we talk about your favorite movies on both Lifetime and the Hallmark Channel and try to make sense of them. I am Les Kirkendall Barrett. Hello, Jason Bowers.
Hello, Les Kirkendall Barrett.
And hello, Kurt Fitzpatrick.
Hello, Les Kirkendall Barrett, and hello, Jason Bowers.
Well, it has been a very long time since we've recorded. It's life is life, and
I feel like in that time they've done and canceled so many Sex and the City reboots.
How dare you? I'm playing this now.
Oh no!
Yes.
Wait.
We just got news today that
I don't hear the piano.
And just like that has been canceled.
Oh,
R.I.P.
It just ends and ends and ends, but it never ends.
Are these just like interstitials between the scenes?
That sounds like the theme. No,
okay.
So they
That's
use the
the
same
theme. No,
theme
that's
song?
the theme.
I just
They use
recognize
the
that
same
like
theme
the jaunty piano thing from the beginning. That's the only thing I know.
Yes, the news came out today, and
Okay.
Kurt and Jason are not about it.
No, not mad at all.
No. But I said they're probably still going to find a reason to come back. I mean, this keeps coming back.
No, I love my girls. I call them the girls. I love the girls. Even though Sex and the City 2 was not my favorite. And even though, and just like that, is not my favorite, I still loved it that the girls were on my television.
See, you know it's not good.
But I'm loyal to the girls.
But not all the girls are there. The girls aren't even loyal to each other.
They're not loyal.
Well, most girls are there. Samantha did make a cameo appearance.
Yeah, they must have backed up a Brinks truck for her to do that.
No,
And then,
Les,
there's Oh, what?
No, Les, I don't think you need to have this loyalty. I mean, just, move on to something else.
I am loyal to Sex and the City like you are loyal to cake.
But if it's a bad cake and Kurt knows it's bad, he's walking away from that cake.
Yeah,
this cake is bad, and you're like, I'm just going to still take a bite, and then another bite.
Oh, no. Kurt Fitzpatrick will eat a bad cake. I've seen him eat bad cake before.
You did? If I was started on a slice of cake, I wouldn't want to waste food. So I have that integrity.
I've seen you with my own two eyes.
That's called integrity.
Eat bad cake.
You did not. How do you know how my taste buds are reacting?
Because I had the same cake.
See, I reveal too much. Les is somebody I shouldn't be revealing anything to because it all comes right back on my face. But I got to talk about something on the show. Man,
I threw the bad cake back in your face.
Yeah, it's been a lot of media news. Did you guys hear that Jimmy Kimmel has put a billboard up saying he's voting for Colbert?
I passed one on my way home this evening to record this.
Well, it's very sad about Colbert. It's sad and it's angering, actually.
Yes, it's sad if you read about what's going on around it and what's going on.
Well,
as much as we can find out what's going on behind it, it's not good stuff. But anyway,
I do like the fact that, given the fact that he knows he's going off the air, but has, another 9 or 10 months on the air, that he's like, well, I'm just going to keep doing my show. There's no reason for me to change my show because they've got to pay me either way. So he's, still talking the same way he was talking. He had Kamala Harris on last night as we record this.
Yeah. Well, it'll be fine. We just have to be there's a concern about media and how the media is being affected by things. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't she say that she's not going to run for governor of California because the system is broken or something like that?
That's not quite how she said it. I think this is the perception I got from watching the clips of the interview was that she's not running for governor of California because, hey, the system is broken, so I want to take some time and actually like talk to people and listen. But that she's not ruling out a run for president. She's just saying, hey, this is not what I should be doing right now, is running for office.
Oh.
Okay. That sounds a little better. And this is something that I had heard on like a news program that's what was said.
Yeah.
So
she's doing a little bit of, and I think wisely, a little bit of image rehab to sort of reframe the conversation around her candidacy through the lens of, hey, look at all these things that I tried to warn you about, and you still voted for the other guy. Well, at the same time, hey there, I've got time to actually go out there and do a real campaign.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
I mean, she's got a book coming out. That's always the tell when someone's got a book coming out.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's been such a sad few weeks, though. I mean, Theo. Who knew? Like Theo. Yeah. Who else?
Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne. And did you see the pictures of the funerals? Sharon was distraught, which made me sad, actually, because
that didn't surprise me in the least. They were very much in love.
And
Hulk Hogan.
It's been. I'm not sad about that one.
Yeah, whatever.
He said he loves the N-word, so we're not sad about that.
The guy that Maggioni. What was his first name? Was Chuck? Chuck Maggioni.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know who that was, but I did as soon as I heard that his. I heard that. I recognized that. I don't know who he was.
That's when I was actually surprised he was still alive.
Well, he was 84. He died in his sleep. Isn't that nice?
Yeah. Well, I guess if you're gonna go, I think that is the way to go. But yeah, it's like it's been crazy. But yeah, I was in Chicago for a couple of weeks, and I tell you what, I love Chicago.
I do too. It's a great city.
In some, at least. You were there last summer.
I was right around this time. I was there for market days.
Yeah, because it's so funny because they were all the posters for market days were up for this upcoming year. David, your neighbor, David Archuleta is performing there this year.
What's market days?
It's like a big. It's like a. It's not Pride because it's mixed. It's not gay, but it's just a big street festival. They have a lot of street festivals in Chicago in the summer because it's only nice there and good weather for a couple of months out of the year. So Chicagoans get very excited that the sun is out and they can be outdoors. So when it is nice, they take advantage of it.
Right.
Oh yeah. I went to the gay beach so the place where I was staying literally around the corner from the gay beach. So I went to the gay beach like every day. Oh, nice. And I tell you what, it did not matter what day of the week it was. In the middle of the afternoon, that beach was popping.
I will say, and this might have just been where I was staying, I didn't see a lot of diversity in that city. And I was surprised just it being such a large city, such a big population. But I thought it was very white there.
It is very white. I did see diversity. I did, but it was almost kind of like I was in diverse situations, but I didn't see a lot of diversity outside of that.
Like I legitimately, I saw more diversity walking around Dublin, Ireland that I feel like I saw in Chicago when I was there.
And I've heard that it's not as bad as it was, but I heard that there was a time where it was a very segregated city. And so, and this is what people who I met were telling me. And they were saying, like, it's not as segregated anymore, but it was. There was a time it was. And so, like on the beach and stuff, it was pretty diverse. And, people that came to my show, it was actually pretty diverse.
Okay.
But I could definitely see how you would see it would depend on what part of town you were in, for sure.
Yeah.
You know a lot of people. You were out. You were out.
I was out.
People.
Mm-hmm.
You had something, and then you're always out. Like you did like architecture tour. Les put a picture on Facebook of his cat, and he said, "The cat wants to know what I've been up to." And I almost put a comment and said, "Please don't tell the cat. The cat's going to be overwhelmed with all the stuff that was going on."
Well, it was so they're doing my show, and so the theater like really took good care of me. So like the architecture tour, that was like someone from the theater took me on the tour. And it's just, and also I think since it was so nice, and what I was told, the weather affects everybody's mood. So people were totally nice. I think that had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Because I would go to places and people, one night I went to remember Sidetracks, Kurt? Mm-hmm. Oh. The place I took you to.
I guess so.
The video bar.
It's like it's huge. Huge.
And I was late and you were stuck there with me and I was late. Yeah. I went there by myself and ended up making friends in the bar who ended up coming to my show. And these are just people like I just struck up a conversation with. Like it's that type of vibe.
Okay.
And so, these same people were like, in November, it all changes.
Oh, speaking of like you just sort of globetrotting and being up to all of these things, you told us something earlier today in the thread about getting a tattoo today.
I got my tattoo. I got my first tattoo today.
Can we see it? Can you show us on the camera?
Sure. I've got the bandage on it still. Let me see. Can you see it? Because the bandage is over it.
Can't really see it. What is it?
No, I don't see a bandage.
It is. So one of the reasons, and this probably will not surprise Kurt. So when I was a teenager, I read a bunch of Jackie Collins novels, like Hollywood Wives, Hollywood Husbands, Hollywood Kids, Rockstar, and I watched the miniseries The Hollywood Wives, starring Stephanie Powers.
Right.
And after watching that, I was like, oh, someday I'm going to move to LA, become an actor. And then I ended up moving to LA, and I met Jackie Collins right before she died. And I actually got a chance to thank her.
Nice.
Okay. So she autographed a copy of one of her books for me. And so my tattoo is Jackie Collins' autograph. Because it's really, I'll show you when I see you in person, Jason. It's a really cool signature, actually.
So you had your tattoo artist commit forgery today.
Miguel, yes.
Yeah, Miguel committing forgery.
She's dead. She's dead, first of all.
Unless isn't not illegal. And less is not a legal document.
Right.
So he could be.
So now what I would love to do, what I want to do, I want to meet Joan.
She could be on the other arm.
She's still alive. She's like 90 something.
Yeah, I feel like she does appearances every now and then for things.
She's posts on Instagram like every day.
She might be at a con.
She has a live, like a very active Instagram following.
Like legit, I would shoot your shot and send her a DM and tell her what a big fan you are. Tell her that you've got a podcast. Like,
right.
I doubt she'd come on, but maybe she'll sign something and send it to you.
I know what you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You want a tattoo of her name anyway. Tell her if she comes on her show, you'll get a tattoo of her name. And then when she comes on,
And then-
you're going to do it anyway. So
And then it should be a thing of you only get tattoos of people with the last name Collins. Your next one will be
Collins.
Phil. Yeah.
Oh my God, that would be actually really good.
Well, he's
Joan,
claiming he's not in
Phil.
hospice care, so you better hurry up on these people.
Who's in hospice care?
Well, Phil Collins says he's not, but there was people saying that he was.
See, and that makes me sad too. That my childhood is like getting ancient. My
Who else has the
teens.
name Collins? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
um,
Collins Dictionary.
What's his name?
There's Tom,
Gary
the drink.
Collins.
Oh, yeah, Gary Collins.
Tom Collins. Gary Collins, he would host like afternoon shows all the time.
Yeah, Home and Family or something like that.
Lily Collins, Phil's daughter, who's on one of my favorite shows,
Okay.
Emily in Paris.
How about Jim Collins? For over a quarter century, Jim Collins has studied what makes great companies tick.
Oh,
You could probably make arrangements there.
He'd probably charge a
else?
lot, though.
Yeah, he probably would.
Yeah. That's
Sees
be
it
like, look,
solely
Jackie
as a business
Collins.
transaction.
Oh, there's a
Jack Collins gave me that
senator,
reference.
United States Senator Susan Collins.
Susan
from
Collins,
Maine.
yeah.
Susan
Billy
Collins.
Collins. Okay,
Billy
that's good.
Collins.
So you got a bunch of people.
Yeah, and so my right arm will be just the Collins arm. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. Kurt,
Yeah.
and her name isn't Collins, but do you have any Blac Chyna news?
Doing a piece of China.
China.
I'm talking China.
The Blac Chyna Report. Here's Kurt
I'm
Fitzpatrick.
so sorry, Blac Chyna. I'm so sorry. I almost forgot about you.
Okay, this is from Hip New Hip Hop. No, Hot New Hip Hop.com.
Oh.
So there's no real there's no new Blac Chyna news, but of course that means the default is always to check out to see what her mother Tokyo Toni is doing.
Oh, okay.
All right, so the headline is Tokyo Toni tells SZA to mind her business following Nicki Minaj dispute. Okay. So Tokyo Toni took to Instagram Live to show support for Nicki Minaj during her Twitter altercation with SZA. All right. So anyway, they keep having headlines, but here's the article. So Tokyo Toni took to Instagram Live to defend Nicki Minaj after she entered a brief back and forth with SZA on X, formerly Twitter, on Tuesday evening, with the instrumental to Minaj's Chun Li playing in the background. Toni addressed the confrontation on her stream. Bitches bullying you, boo? She asked. Bitches trying to get all up in your business. SZA, why'd you do that? Why'd you get in that business, girl? She continued, directing her attention to the singer. Mind your business, Slim, she implored. She implored. She also delivered a new nickname for SZA, calling the singer a serious zoo animal. The live stream received a variety of reactions. Some pointed to a stream from 2024 where she dissed Nicki Minaj and alleged that her and Megan Thee Stallion faked their beef for streams. Others suggested that Minaj used the clip as an interlude for her next album. There were also fans who jokingly told Angela White, formerly known as Blac Chyna, Tony's daughter, to get her mother. Nicki Minaj and SZA's dispute was short-lived as SZA quickly distanced herself from everything soon after she made her response. Now, that does not mean Minaj has let it go, as she continued to issue scathing words about the singer's appearance, music, and more. All right, and that's pretty much it.
Nicki Minaj holds a grudge. Nicki Minaj holds a long grudge. That I know.
Should we start a beef with each other for streams? I guess we already have over this Sex in the City thing.
Yeah, so though there's a beef going.
Yeah, we definitely have that going.
Oh yeah, no, there's a beef happening.
And we're on the right side, Jason.
How dare you?
I like being on the right side of beef.
You got to be on the right side of beef, before you flip it over.
That's my new Grindr headline.
Right side of
On
beef.
the right side of beef.
Well,
My primary physician, he told me yesterday, I still have a perfect physique. I have a perfect
Again?
I have a perfect BMI.
So a year later, because they told you a year ago that you had the perfect body.
No, didn't
so
a woman tell you that once?
Yeah.
Not his doctor.
Now,
this is the first time hearing that your doctor said this. Congrats.
Yeah, this was the doctor who said it. Yeah.
So you have perfect BMI.
Yeah.
Well, are you running again?
I did start running because I'm going to do last year I did the 5K that honors my cousin who had passed away. Dan, it's the Dan Melby Foundation. So 5K for him every year in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. So I'll be doing that again in September. So I've started training for that.
That's the perfect BMI.
So there's a plug for that. Yes. Yeah.
Which is different than the perfect BM.
Right.
You add an I to it.
Right.
I put the I in BM.
Right. No, that's good though. Keeping it tight and right. That's good.
Yeah.
But which was tight, it wasn't so right. It was tight because not a lot happened.
I would argue it wasn't tight. If they had this movie.
Well,
so for context, because I think we had trouble recording and we had to start over. I think we mentioned it on our original recording, so not on this one. That this week's movie, Shark Season, also known as Deep Blue Nightmare, we chose it because it's a Michael Madsen movie that aired on Lifetime, and Michael Madsen recently passed away. And this, calling it a movie is a gross overstatement of what this was. I legitimately wonder if there was a script.
Serious, I was thinking the same thing because I have a confession to make. There's a part of this movie I fell asleep in, and I woke up and I was like, well, I guess I didn't fall asleep for that long because they're doing the same exact thing that they were doing. And then I rewound the movie and realized I'd fallen asleep for 20 minutes. And
nothing happens in the movie. It's just exposition. Exposition. Oh, there's so much exposition, but nothing actually happens.
But there was a script because...
Well, yeah, because it was there's a lot of reading the cue cards here.
I believe so. Yeah.
Well, if this was a script, this was like a first draft.
Yeah. Well... Yeah, I mean, it
wasn't very fleshed out.
If not, I hate to see the previous drafts, but this one part where we're going to get to where the Navy guy starts giving this long-winded, I thought it was a joke. Are they kidding?
You know what I called him? I called him the Park Ranger's brother.
Yeah. In fairness to Navy guy, he had... The person he was playing off of in all of his scenes was Michael Madsen, who clearly had never read the script before, who was clearly reading off of cue cards, I don't mean to speak ill of him, but did not seem well in this movie. Like physically, and like his eyes were so big, like
bugging.
Like that was from reading the cue cards.
Like they had to do something to keep him awake to do this movie. Ooh, okay. It was uncomfortable to watch.
And nobody wondered, hair. Like, where's hair and makeup? They apparently were scared of him.
Well, the makeup artist was on that island.
Right.
Oh, that's true.
Yes, she is.
By the way, did you notice they never once showed makeup? They never once showed her doing makeup.
No. She got lazy. Like, we're gonna get to this, but she got lazy. She let's just do it all natural.
Well, she said that, but like there was still the implication that it was still implied that she was doing makeup, and then they pull back, and she's like, "There, you're all done." And if you look on the ground, there's no makeup bag. There's nothing.
No.
All the makeup was in the fanny pack. So
we've seen her before. We've seen that. Yeah, we've seen that woman in a. She was a
villain. She was a villainess in one of our movies.
Deadly Garage Sale. I recognize.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she was a villainess. So this was kind of like a stretch for her because she was playing a good girl. Well, at first I thought she was going to be a villainess, but wasn't.
See, I didn't think the ladies were that bad. I think they were doing as well as they could.
And there was a bear. We had a bear.
You had a bear.
A bear?
Yeah. I thought that the guy Jason was a bear.
I didn't think he was a bear. He was like more muscular, but like he was not hairy.
Because in my notes I was calling him the bear.
No. I found him very attractive.
I did
not
too.
normally into bears. So that I don't think that comports.
Well,
and I was quite pleased that his first scene on screen was, shirtless guy, I'm in.
Well, he never wore a shirt.
No, he did. That's the weird thing is he had one off and then he put one on and they had it off again. I'm like, why is he putting the shirt on and off? It's the same scene. Like, leave it off.
And I did like how he kept on getting into the water with his baseball cap. He would just jump in the water with his baseball cap.
Yeah.
And go underwater and not take it off.
A lot of straight guys do that. You see that sometimes.
So it's a straight guy thing.
I think so.
But
I got a baseball cap as a gift. Here's this hat.
Well, Kurt,
Put this on the
jump in
Instagram.
the water with it.
How's that look?
What's on it?
It's like a barbecue hat or something.
Oh, that is a straight guy hat. If it's
I never wear those, but yeah. There you go. I'll jump in the water with that on.
So we should give some background on this movie. So this movie, I think, everything I've read about it is true. It may have been produced with the intention of originally it was going to air on the SyFy Channel, but SyFy got out of doing it because remember they were doing like a Sharknado movies every year, and then they were trying to do other shark type movies around Shark Week on Discovery. So it got to a point where they're like, we got to stop spending on original movies. It's costing us too much money. So this production company used to do a lot of movies for SyFy. So I think they had done this hoping SyFy would buy it. They didn't, and then so they sold it to Lifetime and they renamed it and aired it as Deep Blue Nightmare. But if you search for it, both names come up.
Oh, well, this was a Deep Blue Nightmare already.
All right, let's get started on this.
Yeah.
Okay. So we see a beach. And then we hear menacing music. And then we see a woman, a very sexy woman. She's wearing a bikini. And she's being very responsible. So she has like what do you call it? Not floaties, but like a
She's got like a wire
ankle.
ankle.
She has an ankle bracelet, but then she also has like what that helps you float. What is it? A life jacket.
Yeah, she had a lot. Like it wasn't a paddle board, but she had a paddle with her on a surfboard.
Yeah,
which I didn't know was a thing. It might be, but I didn't know it was a thing.
I think it is so you don't lose your like.
You stand up.
I know that because I've seen people paddling with their surfboards before. And then I've seen that in Venice.
Okay. Well, is it paddling with your surfboard or is that paddling with a stand-up paddleboard?
I've seen both.
Okay.
And then she did the thing, though, where like you kind of latch yourself onto it so you don't lose it if you fall off of it.
Right.
That's a good idea.
So she's very sexy, I thought. Well, she goes to the ocean. And then they showed through the shark's point of view. So they showed like the paddleboard just in the water, and the shark looking at her. And then the shark's looking up at her, and then he just goes up and eats her. And there's a lot of blood. Like this woman had a lot of blood.
Yeah,
like a lot.
People do. But now, so the shark's point of view, are we the audience? Are we?
I think we're the shark. We're the shark.
We're like,
we are the shark.
We're the one eating the woman. Yeah.
We are.
And then I wrote here, this shark went to this woman, go to a piece of cake and attack it.
And
I know about the cake.
As the shark, since we're the shark, much like the shark, once this woman has been eaten, we do not think about this woman again. There is this woman has no connection to anything that happens in this movie. This establishing shot is merely to show, there's a shark.
I appreciate how the shark lives in the now.
And I think the shark.
No, that's
it
us
was kinda
living
like,
in the now.
Yeah, it's
We
like
live
us
in the
living in the
now.
now. And it was kind of like the shark, like just kind of swallowed her.
That would
We
be
didn't
like
see a
if
body or
I.
nothing.
That'd be like if I felt bad about like a piece of cake I ate like months ago.
Yeah.
I feel like that cake shouldn't have suffered in that way.
You've already forgotten it. And you've moved
Yeah,
on.
I don't even remember. I don't remember a specific piece of cake.
We, the audience, don't remember this woman, and she's the good thing because she's never referenced again after this scene.
Never.
This movie's deep. We should give it more credit.
So this movie, one thing I've got to say about this movie, the music told the story in this.
Well, somebody needs
Because first it was like menacing shark music, and then the next scene was like sad music, even before we saw anybody. So we knew the next scene coming up was going to be sad.
Oh yeah, it was
The music
very like
sad.
Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yeah.
They should have just used that music.
Yeah. They couldn't afford that. Are you kidding me?
So
I
we
would,
see Michael.
pitch, man. They needed some help.
Yeah. So we see Michael Madsen. He's going through boxes, and then he calls his daughter Sarah. And he says, "Hey, Sarah, I'm going through your mom's boxes, and I found her paints. And if you want to use them, let me know and I'll give them to you." And then he's like, "So what are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm going boarding with Jason."
Kayak.
And that's right. I'm going kayaking with Jason, and he's bringing a makeup artist. And then Michael's like, "Okay, Sarah, be careful." And this is where I wrote, "Ooh, a bear."
Not a bear.
And so,
Definitely not a bear.
I'm kind of thinking, they got Michael Madsen in this like dilapidated house and
yeah,
boxes and things like that. He never leaves the house for the whole movie.
and his hair was looking wild.
I'm wondering if that was his real home. They showed up. They showed up at his house for like a meeting because he wasn't going to meet him anywhere. Like, we could just film it now that we're here.
Yeah, like he was supposed to be on set that day and he didn't show up. And like, let's just go to the house, bring a camera, a couple of lights.
And you know what, though?
Bring the cue cards. We're going to need those.
It's better anyway.
And you know what vibe I kind of got, even though I'm not disparaging this person at all, because we really like this person too, but I got kind of an Eric Roberts vibe.
I got that in the sense that his part was clearly filmed all in one day.
Yeah.
Probably one take each, because again, it was all cue cards. But I do feel like Eric, even though Eric might be reading cue cards or, doing it in one take, he still is putting in effort when he's doing it. And Michael wasn't swagger here. Yeah.
I also think Eric looks a little more camera ready.
Yeah. Like Eric has shown up to set.
Yeah. Oh no, Eric's got swagger. Eric, as we know, Eric is ready to work.
Yeah.
He shows up ready. He's ready to work. I wouldn't be surprised if he did his own makeup.
No, he probably does.
Yeah. Right.
Of course.
Pay them.
Well, most people do.
It would not
most actors.
No, they don't.
Most actors, at least at some point.
Not on film.
At some point, they do.
Not on film, they don't. No, they don't. No. Not on film.
Yeah,
Even
unless it's like a super low, no budget movie. There's no actors
even the
doing their
low
own.
budget movies I've done. There's been a makeup.
At some point in your career, you are doing your own makeup, so you learn to do that.
But not for this.
Level.
But not for a movie like this. For like a Lifetime movie, no, they would definitely have a makeup person.
Yeah.
But I could see Eric though going, "Oh, this person looks new, and I know how I look. I'm gonna do it myself." Okay. So then Jason is talking to Megan about eating Slim Jims. And
Is that a euphemism for something here?
You said he's not a bear.
No. Not bear, and I guess he's implying he's got a pencil dick?
Yeah.
He did?
Slim Jims.
Slim Jims.
But who implied that?
Jason. Not our Jason, but Jason.
Yeah.
The not bear.
Yeah, he's talking about Slim Jims.
Jason the Not Bear.
Both these ladies have they know if that's true or not. So
He was
Yeah.
cute.
I guess
He was cute.
He's very cute.
And he looked like he'd be a nice person.
Yeah.
He did. He looked like he'd be a nice person.
They painted him as being a nice guy with a sense of humor.
Yeah. So,
Just has pencil dick.
yeah.
I
A
didn't
Slim
pick
Jim.
up on that. They said it was Soylent Green.
No, I think that's Megan's vagina.
Oh my god! You guys are so dirty. I'm aghast. I don't even understand what you just said. I'm aghast.
Soylent Green. You never saw that movie, Soylent Green?
Soylent Green is made out of people. It's people.
Yeah.
No, I remember on SNL. That's where I saw it from. When Phil
Oh,
Hartman.
you see the Ernest Borgnine movie?
No, Phil Hartman was Charlton Heston, and he goes, "Soylent Green is people. It's people."
It wasn't Charlton Heston in that movie. It was Ernest Borgnine.
No, it was Charlton Heston. He was in the actual movie.
In Soylent Green? No, it's
Yeah.
Ernest Borgnine.
You're wrong.
No, it's Ernest Borgnine. Let's ask Google. So remember watching.
Google. Google. Google.
Getting ready to be right. Did we ask?
I'm asking. Ernest Borgnine is not in Soylent Green. That's Charlton Heston.
Now get on your knees and beg for forgiveness.
Okay, forgive me, Kurt. I'll give you cake.
All right. All right, let's keep moving along with this.
Okay. So Sarah shows up and she sees when Sarah shows up, Megan's not so happy. Like she just gives her like a look. And then Megan's like, or who was it? Megan or Jason was like, well, hey, we need to be careful because there's sharks out there. And so then they're walking to the water and the music was happy. And I wrote that this music reminds me of 90210.
Yeah, this was very like 90s teen drama kind of score all throughout, I would say.
Even though they were not teens.
No.
I don't understand if they had to go somewhere 3 hours away, a 3-hour tour. They had to go 3 hours in the water. Why would you be taking a kayak? Is that like the best thing?
Right. I had a problem with that too.
3 hours out into the
I had a
water?
problem with it because these three actors, when the first time they're in the water, it looked like none of them have ever kayaked before. And throughout the entirety of the movie, it looked like none of them have ever kayaked before.
Well, but then there were parts of the scenes of them kayaking where it looked like they were in a studio and someone was just throwing water on them.
I doubt they were in a studio.
But they didn't,
they're out in the
or
water.
like just the way the close-ups looked weird.
Well, I think they
Like, or
to film it, they probably had to have them like stuck in sand so they weren't actually moving across the water,
Yeah.
and then they would throw water at them to make it seem like they're actually on the open water.
Right, because it definitely looked like someone was throwing water
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They weren't
But almost
moving.
like you've got a PA with just like their Stanley Cup, and they're just flinging water out of the Stanley Cup.
And yeah, the way that they were holding the kayaks definitely looked like they had never done it before. And I'm no kayak expert, but I've done it a few times, and so I know how to hold. That's just like basic the way you hold it, because you kind of have to hold it a certain way, or it's not gonna work.
Well, look, you don't spend 3 hours. You don't go 3 hours out into the ocean or wherever they were in a kayak.
Yeah,
You
no,
get
that
like a
annoyed
real
me
boat.
too.
Also, for
That's
what
a safety
they
thing.
were going to be shooting with the camera, they didn't need to do a special weird remote place. Anyway, they were like modeling shots of Sarah.
Yeah, they could have gone to like a beach.
They went to some
They were
rock formation.
starting at the beach.
Yeah. So, and then Jason is all like, keep paddling. Let's do this. Come on, kids.
Yeah, only 2.5 hours left.
Yeah, and the shark is just kind of hanging out under the water.
And they keep trying to force this idea that maybe there's some sort of love triangle here. And these two women are going to fight over Jason. And the forced, it felt like improv dialogue. It was just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Well, he is the only man in the middle of the ocean at this point, so.
For sure. And he's very hot, but they were trying to make it seem like these two women were going to be fighting over him, and that wasn't the case.
Nah.
Well, they should be more aware of their surroundings. You go 3 hours out in the ocean, there's got to be sharks and whales.
Well, but if
ghost
this is
ships.
a photo shoot, don't you have people?
I was talking about
Ghost ships?
Ghost Ship with Julianne Margulies. I mean, that could be something that they might run into.
Yeah.
Okay.
She wasn't there, though. They would be to have Juliana Margulies in this movie. They should be so lucky.
Oh, they couldn't afford her.
No.
I've worked with her.
She looked at the script and she's like, "This is terrible," and I was in Ghost Ship.
She wouldn't
she would throw the script at him.
I'm telling you, I used to work as an extra with her, and she didn't put up with any of this crap. She told the director one time, "Hey, it's not brain surgery," and she left.
Right. Well, this
she wouldn't have put up with this. In fact, I think she was in this movie. That's why we don't see her. She walked out in the first 5 minutes.
So Jason was like to Sarah, like, "Oh, so how's your dad? How's, just like chit chat."
Well, we all thought that her mother was the woman that was killed in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
that would have made sense.
But and her mother is dead.
I see dead people.
But was not related to the scene that opened the movie. I'm wondering if in some version of the, and I'm using the term lightly here, script, that she was going to be the mom.
Okay, because it makes sense. Because the woman was like older, but not much older,
right?
And she was blonde.
It could have happened years ago, though. Like many years ago.
Yeah.
But she was old enough to look like, if it happened years ago, she was old enough to look like she had like a young child, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Are you getting alerts? Is your phone triangulating the pings?
Oh shit.
What is going on?
What is going on?
I went to put my phone on silent, and then I ended up hitting the YouTube.
The YouTube?
What? The YouTube?
The YouTube thing, because I had the Sex and the City theme on YouTube, and it was an hour, and it was
should have been doing
it was an hour loop.
This is as off the rails as this movie.
Well, that'll teach you.
Oh, so this is the part where we find out that Michael Madsen's character was in Civil Air Patrol, or is in Civil Air Patrol.
And don't call it the Air Force.
Yeah, and
no, it's the Civil Air Patrol.
And Megan says, "Oh, he's a real superhero."
Right, and Sarah was like, "Oh, do not call it Air Force, or I'm gonna cuss you out."
Yeah, don't call this shark season. It's Deep Blue Nightmare.
Civil Air Patrol.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look this up. See if this is real.
It's a real thing.
Is it? I won't look up them. We know.
So the shark is still underwater looking at him.
What does the shark eat when people aren't around?
The shark isn't normally at a place where people are.
Like fish, dolphins, walruses.
Seaweed. And in fact, they'll explain that in great fucking detail later in the movie.
Well, they have
excruciating detail.
Okay.
Yeah, Kurt, you never saw an Animal Planet, or during Shark Week when they show like the shark and they're like eating a walrus or eating like a seal or something? No. Or the seals are like lying in the sun and all of a sudden like a shark like hops out and grabs one.
Jeez, that would really be man. I don't want to be eaten by a shark or a bear. Actually, I shouldn't have said that. This is going to come back.
Well, it depends on what kind of bear.
If the bears look like what Les thinks a bear is, according to this movie, then I'm on board.
I'd be like, eat me.
Well, you go hiking, you'll get eaten by a bear. So that's what I'm told.
I'd like to snap into a Slim Jim.
Yeah, see, as soon as it came out of my mouth, I regretted saying it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's okay.
Kind of works that way.
So I like how this shark like knows how to lie low because he just like is observing. Like and he's like I'm
He's
sure
a voyeur. We the audience are a voyeur.
And I'm sure his you know his inner monologue is like, you dumb kid, I'm going to get you.
No, I think because again we are the shark. We're sitting back as the shark, just saying like something's gonna happen at some point in this movie, right?
Right. So then, like, so then they see dolphins because first they see like the what do you call the thing that they're what are they not their fin but their what's the thing that on the top of their head
the flipper
that comes out of the water
the warning sign.
Yeah,
what is
and
that
so they
thing? Yeah.
So they see a bunch of those and they think, oh shit, they're sharks, but it's dolphins.
Yeah.
And
I couldn't really
then
tell the difference.
Sarah takes out her phone and takes some pictures, and then she's like, "Oh, look at that dolphin! It's all beat up. I wonder how the dolphin got beat up."
Yeah,
it's weird that in the pictures. I guess you could look more at the picture, but they keep discovering things in the pictures that they're not actually seeing when they're looking. And sometimes all it is the shark swimming in the background.
Yeah,
that makes sense though.
Maybe a little.
I have a real world recent example of that. So during my London trip, I had gone to some clubs and things, and I had a wristband from the club and some stamps from these different places. And I'm like, oh, that's a fun photo, right, as I'm getting into the shower. So I take a photo of my arm, and I post it with my London photo dump. And my friend reaches out to me. He's like, you need to take that nude down. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh! And in the very corner of the photo, you can see the tip of my penis. I had posted it on social media.
Oh, Jason.
Wait, what? Where was it?
What do you?
Where was the Willie?
Because I was taking a photo of I was getting in the shower. I was like, oh, I want a photo of this before I get in and like wash it all off. And so I took it, and like the angle I was taking it at, because I was already ready to get in the shower, like the tip of my penis is in the photo. I didn't notice it, and I uploaded it, and my friend happened to notice it right away, and thank goodness he alerted me.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that was a close call.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, Jason, why are you banned from Insta?
Yeah, I didn't get in trouble. I took it down right away. But yeah, so sometimes stuff is in photos that you don't notice right away.
Okay.
Oh, so Jason was saying that these dolphins were bad boys of the ocean. And then they take a break, but not much of a break.
No.
So they finally make it to a bunch of rocks. Finally. And then
it's not even like a bunch of rocks. It feels like a broken piece of cement in the middle of nowhere that is flat enough for them to stand on long enough to take some photos.
Right. So then they go to take Megan to make her up, but she really, you're right, Jason, you said earlier, Megan really didn't do a lot.
No, there's no makeup seen on camera. You physically don't see a makeup bag.
No, she takes her hair and puts it behind her ear and is like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Hey, at one point, Megan says she's a monster of a different kind of paddle.
Yeah.
And I think
well, there you go.
She's spanking.
Yeah.
Slim Jims.
Yeah. She wants to snap into a Slim Jim and he's going to spank that Soylent Green.
Right.
Which, by the way, is a SZA lyric.
Well, it was definitely the highlight of the movie.
So they're doing the photo shoot. And then Megan says to Sarah, like, or she says to Jason or Sarah, she says to Jason, I wasn't expecting for you to invite me to come along. And Jason's like, well, no, we were together, but now we're just friends. And he's like, I just want to make really cool art with her. And then he's talking to Sarah, and Sarah is like, oh, well, she doesn't seem like a good match about Megan.
What?
No, she said the opposite.
Oh, she is a good match?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're taking pictures, though, and they're they get in the water.
Yeah.
And they're taking pictures. And then Megan sees the shark. And Megan's like, shark! Because what else do you say?
Yeah.
When you see a shark?
Yeah, that's your opportunity to say that.
Yeah, I mean, if
And
you
they
are
start
going to shout the word shark, that does seem like the most opportune
Yeah,
time to do it.
Yeah, don't be saying that in the middle of a church or something like that.
I guess you could do it like in a courtroom if you're talking about like the lawyer.
Right. So they start swimming, and I give them credit because they were not fucking around. They just started swimming back like, we need to get the fuck out of this water. Like, they did not mess around. They did not turn around and try to fight the shark. They did not try anything. They were like, get to stepping. And so Sarah was ahead of Jason, and then all of a sudden we see the shark come up and Jason is gone.
Yeah. And you see like the leg float away or something. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is the scene where this movie becomes so unbelievably unhinged.
Yes.
Because they established that Megan's phone is dead. Sarah's has no signal and is about to die. So two of these people have brought phones that have no service to go 3 hours away from where they were originally starting.
So here's my question.
Yes.
So because then where was Jason's phone? Because Jason was in the water, so his phone wasn't in his pocket.
Wonder that as well. It could have been. The
shark may have eaten it.
But even if not, like there's probably a lock on it.
Yeah.
But
oh, that's true. They couldn't get his face because his face is probably like in a shark's stomach, so they couldn't get his face.
Megan's shouting at Sarah to find a signal and call 911. Now we learn much later in the movie that Megan has a solar charging block with her. Not mentioned at this point when two of their phones are dead.
Right.
She's yelling at Sarah, call 911, and Sarah's like, no. I'm not calling 911 for a rescue. Instead, I'm going to call my father. And Megan's like, oh, what now?
Yeah, she's like, don't call your daddy.
And she's like, I know what I'm doing. She's like, my dad is part of the air, whatever that thing is. He knows people. He knows who to call.
Yeah. You understand? He'll sit there with a book and write things down, then hit the computer with a pencil.
And so I like that. So she calls Michael Madsen, and she says that Jason's dead, and Michael Madsen's not too sad about it.
No, he reacted to nothing in this movie.
He's like, oh, okay, he's dead. And then he tells her to, stay where you are.
The exact line was to these girls that are scared of being eaten by a shark that just killed Jason. The exact line was, stay where you are as long as you can. Where the fuck are they going to go?
They're on a rock formation and the water is coming in. They can stay there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. So then the shark comes
Was he
back.
worried that they were going to go for a walk and try and do some shopping?
Exactly. Stay out of the gap.
So the shark comes back. The shark's like, okay, that guy tasted like Slim Jims. I want more of that.
Yeah.
So dirty.
And so Sarah found a knife.
That guy didn't have a washboard stomach, I noticed. Yeah,
no, but you know what though? I like that. I like that.
But he was still like muscular and like still had
a
nice body while not being like washboard abs.
He made me feel good about myself. I was like,
well, you have the perfect BMI.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I have more of a belly. I don't have like a washboard stomach.
But he was like beefy.
Good.
Yeah.
He's beefy?
He was like bodybuilder like size.
Yeah.
But not overdoing it.
Yeah.
I don't overdo it.
So
beefy.
so Sarah
Fucking
finds an
beef
icon,
art.
and then the phone they were doing something with the phone GPS.
Well, I think this is when the Navy guy is on the phone with Michael Madsen. And this is a trend we see throughout this movie of the guy. I don't know who the Navy guy was in relation to Michael Madsen, but they knew each other somehow. Navy guy is on a boat by himself, and it's just exposition dialogue between two people that are both clearly reading their script into the microphone. So and it's this super, super long, complicated, convoluted piece of exposition about the cell phone ping direction and triangulation. And Navy guy can't nail his lines in such a way where they are filming him from behind. It's a lot of B-roll of him being shot from behind, so you don't even see his mouth moving.
And he's like,
why can't they find a decent actor? I mean, even someone from community theater would be better than whoever this was.
he's like, I talked to my sister, the park ranger, and she said that, hey, the park ranger helped her. Being a park ranger helped her. But do you think? Okay, so Kerr, you're good at this. Do you think that this actor might have been somebody's son, somebody's friend?
I mean, this is a mystery to me because it was a kind of, it was a substantial role in terms of dialogue. The guy had pages and pages of stuff he was saying in a short period of time.
Somebody's nephew.
I don't know what happened. It's possible they lost somebody at the last minute. And so
he was like the PA.
He was like a crew member?
The on-set drug dealer.
Right.
Yeah, it's really
Allegedly.
weird because
he had the kind of crooked teeth that I like, though. You know how
that's
sometimes,
fine,
you know how sometimes you have like crooked teeth, but they're not crooked, but like the front teeth kind of overlap.
I liked a smile that's a little bit not perfect.
Yeah. He had that going for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the guy had the acting skills of he was like a male Piazzadora. I mean, it wasn't a
Piazzadora was nominated for a Golden Globe. Boy, her husband bought it.
She won a Golden Globe for the, I think, the Lucky Lady or one of those. Maybe it was different.
The Lonely Lady, because I saw that a million times along with Jackie Collins, because
that was low hanging fruit.
Because at the beginning of the movie, she was going into the awards alone, and they're like, "Why is she alone? She must be someone really important if she doesn't have a date." And then it was a flashback, and these kids at a party were going to do something very not nice to her with a water hose, but she was saved by Lloyd Bachner.
Well, at any rate, the acting in Mae West's Sextet was better than gentleman's acting, and I think I've never seen that movie. But that's my theory. Is I think they had somebody lined up, and they said we cannot find them. We have to do this right now. So write up the stuff on a piece of paper, put it Scotch tape it to the window, and we're gonna have the crew, the boom operator. He's not doing anything anyway. He's gonna do it.
So this is the part though where Sarah realizes, she's like, the tide's coming in, so we've got to find somewhere else with higher ground.
Isn't there an island? I keep seeing this gigantic island, which looks so nice. I wanted to live there.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's that far away.
No,
they keep talking about where are we going to go? And right behind them is this luxurious island.
Well, and there's what I love about this moment in the movie is that like Sarah's saying like, hey, we need to get back on the water and try and move to that, go to that island. Meg is like, no. Then Megan notices him right in that moment. Oh my God, the kayaks are floating away. So immediately switches from where I don't want to go back in the water, it's scary, to like, let me jump in the water to save the kayak.
Right.
How inexperienced are you with water that you're not familiar with the tide, how the tide works? There's an indication you shouldn't be out in the water.
Yeah, but I do love they start kayaking again. The shark starts chasing them, And then the shark goes and like eats a dolphin in the meantime just to kill some time.
The shark is hungry. It's not that big.
I mean, it's for the shark, the dolphins floating around in the water. That's essentially craft services in this movie.
Right.
That's probably the only craft services.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure the craft services on this was very bad.
Well, they had Slim Jims
And M&M's probably.
and Soylent Green.
Right.
Oh,
Pack their own.
so then Megan realizes, she's like, the shark is probably chasing us because the shark is attracted to our paddling.
Oh yeah,
So
all
we
of a
need
sudden
to
she's an
stop
expert.
paddling.
She's like, motion attracts sharks.
Right.
I'd be like, excuse me, when did you become a sharkologist? Where's this coming from?
Then the shark starts circling them. And then a guy like...
Well, no, the dolphins start it wasn't sharks. Those were all the dolphins that started circling them. They just thought it was sharks at first, and they're like, oh, wait, it was so like the dolphins came in to save them almost.
And then don't dolphins take advantage of women sometimes?
What?
Or there have been stories. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, the ones in this movie, they pressed a button on their door, and the door closed behind them. Like Matt Lauer.
I cannot do a Google search on do dolphins take advantage of women, because I dread the ads that I would see. So I guess I'll never know.
No, there is. I'm telling you, there's stories of dolphins like taking advantage of women. But so then all of a sudden, so all this is happening. Then a guy with the jet ski shows up.
Yeah, where'd he come from? This is a well-traveled area all of a sudden.
And he's gonna save them. He's coming to save them. And they're like, hey, the dolphin, the shark's gonna eat you, and then the shark went and ate him.
According to the Washington Post, male dolphins, especially when socially isolated or sexually frustrated, may attempt to mate with humans, objects like boys or vessels. This can be interpreted as misdirected sexual behavior.
See?
So I think the takeaway is dolphins be horny.
Right.
They're trying to mate with a vessel?
Yeah.
A woman with Soylent Green.
I mean, I've mated with some vessels.
Well. Wow.
So this next part, so the man on the jet ski got eaten.
Yeah.
And so my whole thing was, but the jet ski's still there.
Yeah.
To go to the jet ski.
Oh, they did explain it.
But then that's right, he dropped his key or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
The lanyard.
Oh, it needs a key? Okay.
That actually is when she explained it, I was like, oh, that's actually a good line of dialogue to put in there. That's actually smart that they thought to do that. Who was the genius that did that? Should have written the whole script.
Right. Because that's right, it was the land. She's like, he dropped the lanyard, and so it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, well.
So then they go to the sandbar, and then Megan is just over it at this point, and she's like, what do you want? And she's yelling at the shark like the shark's going to understand her.
Well, why? The sandbar seems like it's very close to the island.
The shark just ate somebody, so they were like, okay, we need to get out of the water for a while because he just ate somebody.
All right. I would think he wouldn't want to eat somebody else. I think he want to
digest it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not that hungry. He ate two people.
Well, it's kind of like he's at In-N-Out Burger, and so like it sounds like. It's kind of like he hasn't been to California in a while, and he loves In-N-Out. And so when his plane landed at LAX, he went to In-N-Out, which is near the airport, to eat as much In-N-Out as possible. Did you
see Tom Hanks telling that story? Because I just saw
about In-N-Out. No.
Yeah, where he just said exactly what you said. He said,
I love Tom Hanks.
The In-N-Out, like near the airport, is like the most active like restaurant in the world.
It is. It really is. There's always a line to get into that In-N-Out.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to one.
Years ago, one of my old bosses was visiting LA, and he had told me that he's like, oh, are you hungry for anything? He's like, yeah, like I kind of want In-N-Out. And they used to advertise in their commercials that you could call this 1-800 number. It's for the In-N-Out nearest you. And I remembered, because it's a really catchy jingle in the commercial too. So I remembered the phone number, and I just dialed it off the top of my head, and we found that In-N-Out, and that's where we went.
In-N-Out is very good.
Yeah.
They have good shakes. You strike me as the type that would like a milkshake.
Yeah, of course.
They have good milkshakes.
Yeah, they're fresh.
I like it.
So why does Michael call Sarah the King of Tides?
I don't know. He calls her and leaves her a message that he knows that she can't necessarily get right now. And he starts the message by saying, like, okay, I've got some good news. And then proceeds to list 10 like super terrible things that are probably going to happen to her and Megan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always like, all right, I've got good news. You're going to get stabbed and bleed out. But then after that, fire-eating ants are going to get to your flesh and have a field day with you. And it's going to smell so bad that the natives come along and they light you on fire.
But don't worry, the funeral's going to happen on a nice sunny day.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's the upside.
Yeah.
So then, all of a sudden, Megan and Sarah start talking about Jason. And Megan is like, Jason never stopped loving you and you threw it all away. But it sounds like Sarah wasn't into him anymore.
Yeah, she said she loved him but wasn't in love with him, so she reevaluated after her mom died.
I see dead people.
Right. Well, she's a young person. She was like, what, 23 probably at the most.
Yeah. Which
That's what
I
young
get that,
people
but
are
they were
supposed to
trying to
do.
make it like these two, until now, not very well drawn characters. They're now trying to make them seem like they're these really deep, introspective people. Like Sarah's talking about how she wants to go down by drinking a large mug of tea.
Well,
Right.
she said that she didn't imagine her life like this. She didn't imagine her life being on a sandbar, being attacked by sharks. Please dream a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they realize they have differing views on sugar and therefore can't be friends.
Right.
Oh, this is my favorite line in the movie, actually. Sarah says, "This is not what I planned for my life either. I am not going down by shark."
Oh, that's right. I did hear. Yes, she did.
She was
say
going to
that.
go down by sugar.
Yeah.
But they're right. Sugar kills more people than sharks. So I do agree with them on that. Diabetes.
So,
If I was a shark, I'd eat someone who ate sugar. I'd eat me. Like, because I eat sweet things sometimes. And so I'd like a little sweet.
you would eat yourself.
If I was a shark. Yeah.
If you were a
I'd eat
shark, you would eat you.
Yeah, I would eat someone who eats desserts because I'd like a sweet thing.
Because I bet, like, you eat cake. Of course, you eat cake. Cookies, candy bar. You look like a candy bar person too.
No, I don't. I don't go overboard.
Cookies,
No.
cake.
Okay, Jesus. No, I have to. I eat in what do you call it? Moderation. But if I was a shark, I wouldn't care. Yeah, because you're always swimming around. You're always exercising.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
right.
okay. So then all of a sudden we have a helicopter showing up.
Yeah.
And so then doesn't Sarah call Michael again and he gives her advice? But then she loses the call.
Well, this is when we find out that there is, in fact, a solar charger in the bag. And Megan and Sarah are kind of bickering over, like, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And Megan's like, I'll figure it out. And then she snaps it in, and then it works, and then they can call. And this is also where they made a Sharknado joke.
Yes.
What was that?
She said, and what now? The shark's just going to turn into a tornado?
Oh,
Well, then, and actually, if this was supposed to be for the Sci-Fi Network, Sharknado was their highest selling movie.
Exactly. Wink, wink. I get it.
all I know,
And you know
I'd
who was
love
in
it now.
Sharknado?
Who? Ian Ziering?
Vivica A. Fox.
I'd love to get an analysis of what Michael Madsen is doing while sitting at the table. He's writing something and a lot of stuff in a notebook. And then it's like he's
Drinking
trying
coffee.
to pinpoint who they are. And then, like I said before, he's doing something with the computer with a pencil. He's just hitting the computer with a pencil.
He's doing the method acting.
He's doing his puzzles.
The method.
His Sudoku.
Yeah, he's doing Sudoku.
Yeah,
I
his
guess
hair
so.
his hair was very unruly.
That's what I'm saying. Hair and makeup wouldn't. I think we're afraid of him.
Well, maybe he was like, sweetheart, I don't need makeup. I want to do this unnatural.
I said it. I think we all said it kind of as a joke earlier that maybe the crew just showed up at his house one day, but I genuinely wonder if that might have been the case.
Yeah, I don't think it was much.
They're
of a
like, this
crew.
is our chance to get it. Let's just go
Right.
film him.
I think this was a bunch of interns who were have a story for life to tell.
It's work release.
And the makeup woman's probably like, can I at least put some powder on you, Michael? And he's like, okay, powder, but that's it.
Yeah.
I think the only
a
people
little
who got
powder.
paid. I think the only people who got paid was Madsen and the person who's delivering the pizza for lunch.
Maybe the shark wrangler too.
They threw the shark
pizza-
some
And the
fish or
pizza
something.
for lunch, it was like probably Domino's. Like it wasn't even like Fresh Brothers or anything.
Hey, when I was an extra on Orange is the New Black before it came out, their request service was a box of donuts.
Oh, this is before the Emmys. Like they
It
wouldn't
didn't come out yet.
Stuff.
They were shooting it, but it didn't come out yet.
Well, on Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman, the catering one day, we had lobster.
Well,
Oh, those H. Let me tell you something. Boardwalk Empire. Oh, you want to talk about cake?
because Steve Buscemi would not put up with that shit.
Yeah.
And I heard on The Sopranos that was really something.
Well, come on, look at Tony
But
Soprano.
I never worked on that. I didn't work on that, but I worked on Boardwalk Empire.
And
Oh man,
Melrose
that was a rush.
Place I worked on once, and it was the largest craft services spread I have ever seen. It was an entire garage full, had like racks of candy like they have in the store.
It's a show's
I'm
making
sure
the
Heather
money.
Locklear liked her candy bars.
And this was on location. It wasn't even like at the studio.
Yeah, but,
That's
there's
funny.
certain shows that are making some money. There's HBO shows that are racking in the money.
Well,
They can
and
afford
Melrose
that.
Place was a spelling show, so
Yeah, it
I'm
was a
sure
spelling
Aaron
show.
Spelling went. I'm
Yeah.
sure Aaron Spelling went all out.
It was definitely that. And the show was very popular at that point. I was at
CW
Billy and
shows.
Brooke's wedding. That's what this was.
CW shows. In fact, Les, I was an extra on the Carrie Diaries.
And did you defame Carrie Bradshaw, young Carrie
Did I what?
Bradshaw? Did you defame young Carrie Bradshaw on the Carrie Diaries? Were you disrespectful
No,
to
but it
her?
was- No, but I was on it, and their craft service wasn't very good. With the CW shows, craft service wasn't great. I don't think they had a lot of money.
No, they were like, this guy Kurt doesn't like Carrie Bradshaw. Let's give him like this. We'll have secret craft services, but we'll give him this because he doesn't
Craft
like
service.
Carrie.
Well, I think at that point I was still putting up with it. Okay.
Are we up to the point where Michael Madsen and the Navy guy have a super long, like several minute long exposition conversation about whale carcasses?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's why the sharks were mad because of the whale carcasses.
That's what I thought. This was a joke. I was like, "Are they kidding? Like we have to hear this."
It
I
just
said that
kept
guy-
going. It was like a Will Ferrell bit.
Yeah, it was like a joke. It was like some surreal comedic
But
piece.
what I didn't get to is so the whale carcasses, the shark was eating the whale carcasses, but why did that make him so hungry he just started eating people too?
Well, because the setup was that the sharks aren't normally that close to land, but because of the storm surge that caused sort of the reforming of the rocks, the things were a little disoriented, and normally the sharks figure it out and they move along. but then it
Ben's a Navy guy. Come on.
it found some the whales, and it was like feasting on those carcasses, so that it kind of hung out in the area. So then they came in and they took out the whale carcasses so that the shark wouldn't be there. And normally the shark would just go away, but the shark's like, no, I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit.
And then didn't Michael Madsen also have a monologue about the moon?
Probably.
Like he had about the moon, and it was affecting the tide too.
No, you're thinking of the Addams Family musical where starts singing a song about being in love with the moon.
Michael was talking about his star sign and talking about Mercury being in retrograde.
Right.
Well, this thing, and the guy, the Navy guy, sounds like you hear there's AI narrations. He sounds like an AI narration of a peer-reviewed academic journal.
Yeah, but this was from 2020, I think, before AI had gotten as good as it's gotten now.
Yeah,
and they were calling them.
Yeah,
and they were calling them rogue sharks as well. Like the sharks had gone rogue.
Well, they had presented a bunch of different theories. It was almost like when they were quote unquote writing the script, they were trying to come up with justifications as to why this shark was so obsessed with them and sticking around. And so rather than use it in the script to tell a story, they just laid out all the possible scenarios.
Right. And they kept on showing the shark, and the shark looked kind of old.
Wow, ageism less.
Yeah, I don't have to bring an ageism into this.
Wow.
You wouldn't say that if you saw like.
You're talking about your audience right now. We are the shark.
Past. Yeah, yeah, you wouldn't say that if you saw, Dick Van Dyke or
Dick Van Dyke doesn't go around eating people.
You don't know his life.
Well, we don't know that. Rita Moreno, we don't point out her age. Except because right now
she's an Oscar award-winning actress. Oh, so then,
yeah, here we go. Okay,
because they're back in they're back in their paddle boats again, and the shark attacks them, but then Sarah has a knife.
Yeah, she stabs it. She stabs the shark.
I was like, why didn't you just stab it before?
What did it say? Cujo? Something was called Cujo, like the Stephen King Cujo.
Yeah, they made a reference to Cujo, and I forget what it was too.
Because it's like Cujo, if she stabbed him like this, because if she stabbed the shark like that now, why didn't she just do that earlier?
Again, she had a charger the entire movie. Like that. I don't know. But she has good aim because that shark jumped up in the air and she was able to stab it. And then she got to stab it a few more times.
And then her ex-boyfriend, Jason, just crawled out. So
yeah, they never showed Jason's dead body. Like, he could have still been alive and still just been missing a leg.
What if they did that? Like, she slit the shark and, remember on, Little Red Riding Hood where she slit the wolf's stomach and the grandma popped out of the stomach?
Yeah.
Like, she slit the stomach and Jason popped out and the woman from the beginning of the movie popped out.
Yeah,
or at the very least, they had done a 3 years later, and it's you see Jason and he's married to Megan now and they've got a little kid, and they pull back and Jason's there on crutches because he's only got one leg. But he's alive.
The shark.
His live came out, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, it'd be interesting living, but there are people who live inside whales. So wasn't that part of Pinocchio?
Yes, because remember, because Pinocchio, and they had a fire. They had a candle, because remember Pinocchio had his pet fish in a bowl, and then Geppetto had a candle, and he was eating food, and then Pinocchio showed up in there.
And then the shark, and there's a Bible story too.
Jonah.
So Jonah. He's a whale. So there's a precedent for this.
Yeah.
It's good to know this stuff if you're going out into the water.
I like that we are still talking about whale carcasses as well.
So this next part.
Yeah, but our angle is I think a little more interesting than what they have.
So this next part I thought was really weird. So they're telling everything's settled and Michael's at home, and he's talking to Sarah. He just puts on his sunglasses, sitting in the middle of the house.
I mean, at this point, we're trained to expect weird things like this. Mm-hmm. I think it's because he was getting ready to leave for the day.
Maybe he's like, "You got to go now," and he put on his
it's
sunglasses.
his house, so I don't know. Maybe he was hinting to the crew that we're getting done.
Like, time to go.
We're almost done.
Yeah, it's like when you were in that coffee house lesson, they were like cleaning up around you and moving up, like bagging around all the chairs and shit. They're just like, oh no, you're totally fine.
Yeah. Oh, when I was in Cincinnati, yeah.
Yeah.
And then doesn't Sarah call him and she's like, "Oh, so remember all of Mom's paintings and stuff?
Yeah.
I want to look through them when I get home."
Well, we missed Sarah stabbing the shark with her kayak paddle as well.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh, the knife wasn't enough?
No.
She messed him up. Oh, that's right. No, the shark died because then there was a lot of blood.
Yeah.
I'm going to call the SPCA. I don't think it's fair that this shark was mistreated.
That's true because the shark was in its habitat. Like the shark lives in the ocean. You were visiting the ocean.
And you made it be in this movie.
Yeah, that's the worst. That shark has a right to be mad. I'd be mad too.
Now, why was Megan talking about moving to New Mexico?
I don't.
Oh, that was random.
It was some reference to Georgia O'Keeffe. It was like a weird story talking about Georgia O'Keeffe only so they could justify having a remake of the song Georgia O'Keeffe to close out the movie.
I guess.
I'm not
sure.
At the very end of the movie, they try to sound like they're smart.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'll tell you. Oh yeah, Georgia, American painter Georgia O'Keeffe. Yes. Well, I'll say she was an American, excuse me, American modernist painter and draftswoman.
Uh-huh.
She passed away at 98 years old in the year 1986. That's a good run.
Oh wow.
1986.
And did she live in New Mexico?
Yes. They did mention that in the movie.
Well, I'm a big fan of New Mexico, so even though it seemed kind of random, I was excited about it. I was like, oh yeah, New Mexico really is a very beautiful state.
I drove by New Mexico. I drove through New Mexico, and I spent the night in this little town. I spent the night in this tiny town, and there was a Motel 6. And I went to the Motel 6, and there was like a gay guy at the counter, and I literally was like, "What are you doing here?" Because it was such a small town.
Yeah. And what did he say?
He just said he was from the area because he was like so like out that I was just like seriously, I was like, wait, why are you here? Because it could have been in Albuquerque or Santa Fe, and he's like there. And he didn't strike me that like the town would be that much fun for him.
I did a cross country trip years ago, and I went through Roswell. And when I went through there, they were having a UFO convention, like people who were abducted by aliens were having a convention. So I would have
loved that.
I went.
How was that?
And I spoke to this woman, and she's telling me about how an alien kept coming into her bedroom, and kept talking to her. And I said to her, I asked her, why didn't he ever invite you onto his ship? And she got this look in her face, like she hadn't thought about this before, and she was kind of offended. She said, I don't know why he didn't invite me on a ship. Like she had never thought of that before.
Yeah, you would think because he came to visit her multiple times. Right?
Yeah, she really was. She had crossed her mind, but she was insulted that all of a sudden she was like, he should have.
That's a way to treat a lady. That's funny.
Well, I thought it was a fair question. I guess she did too.
I think it is a fair question, but then it makes me think, well, maybe it wasn't an alien. Maybe she was being like, not to be dark, but like maybe there was like some sort of molestation happening there, and she, to block that out of her mind of happening, she created a story that like, oh, that's not really happening. It's an alien.
Well, there's definitely an explanation behind everything that was going on there, because I don't really believe people were being abducted by aliens, but I wasn't looking into the...
See, I'd want to be like Cocoon.
Yeah. I wasn't calling them out on that.
No, but I'd want to be like Cocoon, though, because in Cocoon, like, they stopped aging and they got, like, powers and stuff.
They were already old, though.
And they could do... But then they could do tricks. They could do tricks, and then they had to leave again because one of them got pregnant.
Yeah. It was good. Although, wasn't Wilford Brimley actually younger than everybody?
Yeah.
He was actually like a lot younger.
Wilford Brimley
was younger than all of us, yes. He was younger than all three of us are currently. And it was this movie about seniors at the end of their life.
Oh, great.
He was 50. He was 50.
50.
He wasn't even 50 when he was cast. He was 49 when he was cast.
See, that's hard. That's some hard living.
That is
smoking.
That is one of the hardest details I've ever had to wrap my head around in my life.
Right? Because that is some hard living. He looks older than all three of us.
Yeah, he sure does. Well, then how did he feel? He's being cast with Shauna Michi and who else was it? Hume Cronin?
Jessica
Tandy.
He was
I'm not this old. Well, you look it, dude.
Well, he made oatmeal commercials.
Yeah. Then he made a lot of money, like playing that guy over and over.
Right. And doing oatmeal commercials.
In Our House.
And The Firm? Remember he had that role in The Firm? Too? It was like, I got these pictures of you. Yeah.
Well,
that was a good movie. You never hear about that movie.
The Firm?
The Firm, yeah.
That was a good movie.
Oh, I did see it.
That's good Tom Cruise. You always hear about Tom Cruise movies. No one never mentions that. That was a good one.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, if you want to find me, you can find me on Instagram at Kirkendall Jason.
Please, wherever you listen to your podcast, rate and review us and subscribe. Give us 5 stars. It helps more people find the show and spread the word about us. You can find us all on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Lifetime of Hallmark Podcast. You can find us on TikTok at Lifetime of Hallmark Pod. You can find us on Bluesky at Lifetime of Hallmark. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and Bluesky at Big Shot Jason. Kurt.
Oh, I don't think I have anything to promote. I already mentioned that I'm doing that 5K race. You can sign up for that if you want, if you're in the South Jersey area, or the tri-state area. I don't know what else to. I don't have anything else, so I'll pass it over to Les for now.
Well, if you know how we have our listeners overseas. If we have any listeners in Gothenburg, Sweden, I'm going to be in Gothenburg September 1st through September 8th. With my show, The Real Black Swan, Confessions of America's First Black Drag Queen at the Gothenburg Fringe Festival. And I'll have more information on that next week. And I guess that's it.
Oh, just as a point in history, since today is August 1st, 2025, weed is now legal in the state of Delaware as a recreational drug.
Oh, that's where my sister's retiring.
Well done.
There
Still
you
go. Still not legal in Pennsylvania as a recreational drug.
Well, Delawareans, or what do you call them?
That's right. Delawareans.
Delawareans.
Yeah.
Go to
Rehoboth Beach.
Buy some.
Go to Rehoboth Beach and smoke up a big fat doobie.
Buy some gummies.
They had a guy on the news. He was so happy. He's like, I've been waiting for this ever since I was in high school. Now I'm finally, he's so proud. Now I'm finally not breaking the law.
Right.
So good.
Go. I'm sure all the weed stores have lines today, or maybe actually there probably weren't weed stores, but now I bet today there are grand openings of weed stores in Delaware.
Yeah, dispensaries.
Yeah. So. Get your gummies, get your blunts, get your drinks,
drinks.
because there's THC drinks, and just have fun and listen to us.
Yeah, that's a
And
good
that's
combination.
it. Yeah, listen to us after you've had like a gummy.
Yeah.
I bet.
I'll make a lot
bet,
more
you know.
sense. Trust.
Yeah. And so the two of you, I will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.